Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at
Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy, serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
If someone offends me or someone hurts me or does something to me, it rolls off my shoulders pretty easy. If somebody comes to me and says, hey, will you forgive me for what I did to you? I'm going to forgive them and say, girl, come on, let's move on. We get this all right. I'm wired that way. I'm easygoing. But if I find out, I'm saying don't get it twisted. If I find out that someone's been scheming, that's a whole different story. Because scheming implies pre-planning. If you've been scheming against me, that means you've been watching for a little while. You've been trying to figure out what it is about me that is most weak, most frail, most vulnerable, so that you can take advantage of me. You've been studying me to find out what my patterns are and what the predilection of my flesh is and what my preferences are, so that you can figure out the best time to take most full advantage of me and the people that I love. When I find out that you've been scheming against me and the people that I love, well, if it's a war you want, it's a war you gonna have.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is so great to be back in the number. I tell you, I enjoy coming for you, young men and young women, on a weekly basis, twice a week basis. Like I said, we're here every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about various topics. You know what I'm saying? Most of the topics you send us, and we talk about it. Sometimes it's what's trending in the news currently, current events. I just want to say welcome. I'm yours truly, Anthony Brown. They call me Tony, and the show is called The Anthony Brown Show. This segment that we call the ATL Family and Friends. I just want to remind everybody that if you're new to the channel, definitely, I don't know what you're waiting for, but go ahead and take the opportunity and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. It costs you nothing to subscribe. And our review shows us that about 80% of you are watching on a continuous basis. You're repeat customers, repeat viewers, but you have yet to hit the subscribe button. What are you waiting for? You're scared? Don't be scared. It costs you nothing. So stop shacking up, coming over here flirting with us. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and click that like. Click the notification bell so that way you'll be notified every time we go live. And when you click that like button, that triggers YouTube and lets them know that you enjoy what we're doing over here, and they then share our content with other people with similar interests. And of course, if you comment below, we will show your comment on the screen, read it, and respond accordingly. And sometimes we'll put the live link on the screen so that for those of you that are daring enough to come on live and join us in a live discussion, you're more than welcome to do so. You know what I'm saying? But I can't do this by myself, and I do this continuously with my tribe, my family, my friends, my brothers, my sisters. And like I said, I love them dearly. Wouldn't trade them for nothing in the world, and I can't do it by myself. So I'm joined tonight by none other than this young lady here. She has the most voluptuous cakes, juiciest cakes. They're scrumptious. I mean, Duncan Hines, Sarah Lee, Mrs. Paul, Yo Mama, ain't got nothing on her. Period. Hands down. I'm joined by none other than the very beautiful, but very lovely Miss Juicy Cakes.
Blessings, blessings, everybody.
What's up, Juice?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Yeah.
How was your day?
It was good. It was good.
It's good.
Yeah. Kids ain't allowed. You got to put up the memo
What's the memo?
about no children under the age. Parents. Yeah, it's not for children. And I ain't trying to get in the video.
Warning. This Facebook and YouTube show contains adult content and conversation. Individuals under the age of 18 is prohibited from viewing. Viewer discretion is strictly and strongly advised.
Yes. So my day was actually, it was hot, but it was filling. How about yours? I had a lot to do.
It was kind of rainy here. It was overcast and it was a gloomy day, so it looked like it was gonna rain all day. So off and on, we got like a sprinkle here, 4 or 5 minutes, and then, but for the most part, it was an okay day. It was cool. It wasn't really hot. It was just cool. It was
For
cool
how
because of the overcast.
I was about to say that for how hot it's been the last few days, it's been cool today. We were supposed to get rain, but we didn't. Beauty went to training, so I'm so heartbroken. I miss my baby.
Okay.
She's in school, and they've been sending us little videos, and her telling she like looking at the camera like, why my hair is hot?
Okay.
They got me outside.
Okay. Hold
Good to
on.
see you. Go ahead.
I'm also joined tonight by none other than my little big brother. You know what I'm saying? I love him dearly. You know what I'm saying? I met him back. I thought it was maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, but he reminded me last night that it's been 10 years that we've been rocking it. You know what I'm saying? So 10 years, that he's been attached to me like a fungus. You know what I'm saying? Like a bad cancer I can't get rid of. But I don't want to. There's no cure for him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm joined tonight by none other than yours truly, Mr. Legacy the Great.
Yeah. Well, ATL and this biatch.
What's going on,
Y'all,
Mr.
oh man, I'm trying to cool off. I had to stay over a little bit longer today to get me some more of this money these folks handing out right now. So, so I'm running behind, but I made it. I'm here.
I think they call it overtime.
Yeah, they call it dream time.
Oh,
We
Lord,
call it, hey, get that money time. And we
okay.
glad that you made it. We was here holding
Yeah,
space for you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
We got the advisory up and everything, so we ready.
Okay, okay.
I see you done put on some clothes because earlier you was shaking what your mama gave you.
I know, that's why I was letting them know we had the advisory up. Like, you can go and take that on off.
Yes. We was gonna put the tip cup out there.
Cash
App.
Listen.
Put it on the put the Cash App up.
Okay.
Tony, Juicy didn't get a chance. She has seen me, but not in person. But from last year, around by this time, I was at 220, and you see me like every other weekend. I don't this
You've been
heat
putting
and
in
this.
the work.
Yeah, I'm at 184 right now. Yeah, I done dropped from a 2X all the way back down to a large.
You lost the whole infant.
This motherfucker.
That's a toddler.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get the what I'm saying. I just appreciate being able to like you know me and y'all you and Tayama both said when I first moved over here. Oh, he'll be back real soon. Cause I really didn't want to come over here other than for me to be, here for Naya, and that was a great opportunity for me to be able to be around my daughter on a consistency.
Mm,
But I mean, it was foreign. You know what I mean? It was foreign to be over here, don't know nothing other than my kids' mom, my kids, and but like I said, I just I made up my mind that hey, while I'm over here and I'm getting this benefit, I might as well get another benefit, and that would be to be able to turn something into a great opportunity. The gentleman that I'm working up under now, he's getting ready to retire, so they got me training now to be able to take over a whole warehouse unit, where everything will come through me, um, and I sign off on everything. So that we talked today, and they definitely with pay increase and everything. Yeah, I need all that.
and look, the only thing I can say about that is,
If God be for you, who can be against you?
One
Nobody.
word.
okay, that
No.
make you want to speak in tongues.
Bless you.
Lobo Shande. Yes.
I'm always ready to lick in tongue.
Oh Lord, I said moving right
Oh
along.
my goodness. I heard that.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where
Oh, hold on, y'all. Just keep doing what y'all do. Hold on. Gotta get my light right.
Okay,
I've got to go powder my nose.
Oh,
you've been.
not powder. You got nobody ain't powder no damn nose over here, Kate.
I'm gonna give y'all 5 minutes. I got a comic I was supposed to put on last week, but we ran out of time. So I'm going to put the comic on. He's 5 minutes, so it's for 5.5 minutes. So it's gonna give y'all time to do whatever you got to do.
Okay.
I am confused because I don't know the difference between a test and a blessing. I was at my favorite restaurant. It's Chili's. Love the chips and the salsa. And at Chili's, y'all, the waitress brought me my ticket. My ticket was $17. I gave the waitress $20. She brought me back $75 worth of change. Is that a test? Or is that a blessing? I guess it depends on if you're saved and if you're saved and delivered. Because if you're saved and delivered, that's a test. But oh, if you just saved, may not come when you want him. Thank you! I kept that change, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, let him without sin cast the first one. Yeah, I kept that. Is it how they come up to me at the end of the semester and ask me stuff like, Professor Wiley, am I passing? And I'll be like, dog, why don't you average all the grades I've given you back and you let me know if you passing? And then it dawned on me right there, y'all, God gave me a revelation. God was like, Marcus, how do you really know you going to heaven? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, how you really know? And y'all, that's kind of took me back because I was like, man, I think I'm going to heaven. But a lot of my students thought they was passing. So God was like, man, we need some Christian progress reports. Wouldn't that be so live? To get an update from the Lord like every 1st and the 15th of the month, where you could find your status with the Lord that'll let you know what you could do. Because here's the thing, y'all, I would hate to barely make it to hell. You know, like with a 69, barely fail. If I go to hell, I want to go to hell on a full scholarship. Thing about it, I just hate to get to the gates of heaven. God is there with his grade book. What's your name? Never mind. I already know. Ooh. Wow. What you want to do is go to these elevators over here. Press H that way. And you know, dude, oh, come on, dog. I mean, God, are you for real? Are you serious? I'm failing? Man, is there some extra credit work? Some makeup work I can do to get in? I mean, so it'll be lie to me, man, if God sent us some Christian progress reports. I think this will be so live. Y'all go with me here. Just think. Your partner call you, hey, dog, we going out tonight, you coming? I don't know. I'm waiting on the mailman. Mailman pull up, you, yeah. I got an 84, dog. Let's do it, baby. I'm ready. Y'all, I want to leave you with this. Saved people prayers sometimes go unanswered. Saved people prayers sometimes go unanswered. I was praying to God, and dog, it seemed like he wasn't answering my prayer. So I kind of got mad and I questioned God. People say you shouldn't question God, but I did. I asked him, why are you not answering my prayers? And he hit me with this. He said, why don't you answer the people that call you on your cell phone? I was like, how are you comparing me to people that call me on my cell phone? I'm saved. He said, the people that call you on your cell phone, don't you have their numbers saved in your phone? I was like, yeah. He like, so why don't you answer their phone call? I was like, man, the reason why I don't answer some people calls is because they only call me when they want something. And he was like, uh-huh. And I was like, I don't answer some people call because they have the ability to handle certain situations themselves. They just want to bother me with it. And he was like, uh-huh. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, God, some people just get on my nerves. They make me mad and I don't want to talk to them. And he was like, uh-huh. So now when I pray to God and he don't answer my calls, I don't even get mad no more. I just hope I'm saved in his cell phone. I'm Marcus Wiley. I'll holler at y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
When
that
I
was
tell
fine.
you,
I like that.
Nubian just finished saying to me in the car like an hour ago. She said, "Ma, I want to be with you in heaven." I
Hey
said, "What you
Veronica,
trying to
what's up,
say?"
sis?
Hey Veronica, that's what you trying to say. She said, "You picking too many people. You might be going to hell."
Mm, mm.
And then here he talking about I don't want to go to hell with a D. I gotta just go and just fuck up, huh? She told me you be talking about you gonna come back. That mean I'm gonna have to come back in order to be with you.
They said, and out of the mouth of out of the mouth of babes.
I
So
know, right?
that's the truth.
Lord, I enjoy it though. My goodness.
So that 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes give y'all time to do what y'all needed to do.
Just
I
get
did a
your
little
ass
something.
together and let's go.
I did a little something. I look a little brighter.
All right, damn, you make stuff so hard. So just run the damn show.
Who is he raising his voice at?
Nobody. Nobody,
That's my little,
baby.
my little big brother. So you ain't scared to talk to me?
Do you know? Have you ever seen me scared of anything?
Don't make me step on you.
The
Oh
way you
gosh.
get your big ass feet to clip you.
Oh gosh. Now, come
Listen,
Oh
on.
man.
another comic I want to show you real quick. Um, I was supposed to show this last month. This is part of the LGBT community, but she's funny as hell. Is a lesbian lady. It's a 3-minute comedy skit, and then we'll go right into the show. I just want to get these out so I can delete them.
Sometimes the dyke boots don't work, and you get sent the wrong message, thinking that I'm on a straight path, so you walk in my direction, and I get it. The titties stay lifted, and with the size of these thighs, your eyes may have shifted, because you a real nigga. You know real shit. And with that fact in your mind, you approach it with a certain intent because you're a man, and I, 100% woman, no less. So when in my presence, it's easy for my essence to put a little bass in your chest. And I get it. I'm pretty as hell, yo. I got dimples in my smile. Maybe you live a kink life and you like my dominant style. No judgment. I'm flattered, yet only interested in women, or those whose natural spirit is mostly feminine. And I can hear the testosterone dripping off your tongue. And although you're quite handsome, I'm good, bruh. No diss. It'd be a shame for you to shoot your shot in this game and miss, but I guess a bruised ego can't hear my words and accept that you've been curved. You have the audacity to open your mouth and say you can straighten me out. Like, come on, dude. I told you the truth, so consider the weight lifted. But your face twisted. Whole swag shifted in an instant, you're offended. Because when it come to dick, I don't take it, I give it, so you live it. I get it. Your attention has always been gifted to women attracted to persistence, and today, your manhood chose me, a lesbian who don't play pretender. So you ball your fist and turn this heavyweight chick into your #1 contender. And you're allowed to be a homophobe. Every asshole has an opinion, but you fragile. So if you can't bag me, you'd rather me in one. Just because the situation ain't what it could be, you gonna make me fight and defend my life, or else I gotta die for the pussy. Okay. Let's go. Just know I fuck like I fight, may be a dyke, but I ain't no bitch. Won't be no cries for help. You can stick this stud in the ditch and they'll still say I brought it on myself for being different, for loving women, for living loud in my truth. You can think us black gays are weird, but we are not the new strange fruit. So tonight, I am ready to fight for every black lesbian who learned her wife must be worth her losing her career, her home, and her life. Like so many women in the rainbow who was laid low because a nigga like you couldn't handle when they said no. Nothing has ever been easy for me. I must be fearless in my queerness in a world that despises it. But I'll die in the caskets before you bastards push me back in the closet. I will win this by myself because that's all I've ever had. Wasn't no LGBT behind me. They just put black in the pride flag. They say us black gays look blue under the moonlight, but our knuckles be color purple. All our lives we had to fight to feel safe in the land of the free, where women are hated for loving just like me. I pray the day never comes where I'm another black lesbian silenced, but if so, may God kill all my enemies with kindness. Let death leave a threat on their face when the day's done, so their last breath will be a game.
What she said.
He's
I guess
good.
she bruised the ego of a straight heterosexual man trying her,
Yeah.
trying to get some coaching.
Yeah, man.
She was not having it. Listen, I got a FYI, police cars and their new AI technology. I just want to let you guys know. For those of you out there that's driving dirty, got expired tags, licenses messed up, warrants. This information is for you. I'm bringing you some information, so beware.
In case y'all didn't know, I'm going to educate y'all today. Police cars have AI technology in them. So I got pulled over this week, and it was because my tags are expired. It's something I was handling next week anyways, because I had to go through the Department of Revenue and pay some things, and I had to process. So I got pulled over. Mind you, I didn't actually pass a police officer in a way that would have allowed me to get pulled over. Let me explain. So this officer is sitting on this side of the apartments, and he's trying to catch people speeding that are coming down the road, right? I come to the apartments and I go to turn and make a left turn. Mind you, he's on the right side. I'm going to make a left turn. Within 5 seconds of making that turn, that officer was behind me with his lights. And I'm just sitting here like, but how? Like, how? Why? I didn't even pass you. I'm not speeding. How? Let me tell you how. He told me that underneath his rearview mirror, there is a special camera. It's basically AI. They have AI cameras that are scanning all the license plates for them. They don't have to run your plates. The computer in the little camera is already running your plates for them now. He said he was trying to catch people speeding around the turn when his camera in his car went off to alert him about my license plates being, out of date. I was just going literally like across the street to the gas station just to put gas in my car, by the way, because I take my niece to and from the bus stop. I don't actually take this car on the road. I just take it to the top of the apartments and back because it's been raining and I'm not going to make my niece walk in the rain to go catch the school bus every day. But yeah, he pulled me over and he said, "Do you know how I caught you? I was trying to catch people speeding and my car alerted me to you." He pointed at this little hexagon camera. Let me show you guys. It's a hexagon camera under the review mirror, like right here. And it's about this big. It's not a small camera. It's pretty big. And in the middle of that silver hexagon, or octagon, I keep saying hexagon. In the middle of that silver octagon is a little camera. He said that camera has a 180-degree view. He didn't see me. He didn't notice me. His camera did. So he put his speed gun down and he came and he pulled me over because his camera let him know to come pull me over. So if y'all think y'all are going to run these streets, no insurance, no tags and stuff, you're not. He said that camera's supposed to tell them if you have expired registration, suspended license, no insurance, missing person, warrants, criminal records. It tells them everything in an instant. So if y'all are unaware of this technology in these police cars, I'm letting you know. They got AI in these cars. If you have to physically drive past that police officer or within 180 degree of his camera's view and your plates aren't good or you're not good, you're caught. End of story. They just know now. I don't know what states have this, what cities have this. Maybe not everyone's up to date, but this is the new technology and I'm letting y'all know.
Oh man, but I mean, I've been knew about this coming on. Interpol has, and that's not all they got. I always say, Tony, they leak little stuff out all the time.
Mm,
The introduction to this was the flashlight. Remember the red light cameras?
yes.
That was the introduction to this. Germany, China, and some parts of Russia, I remember, um, was used to have face recognition, and the United States used to be against it. They said, "Oh, this is violation." Da 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 da. Everything that they're giving us snippets of, that means they're at least 10 years in advance of what they just not, allowing us to see and know about.
Mm,
The next thing they are working on, which is they already have, which is face recognition, handprint recognition, to where they can look at your hand and this right here. The computer can run this. If you've ever been locked up or fingerprinted before, they can run that right there. If they can see your hands and that computer can see your open palm and zoom in and get that, it automatically can run this as well to let them know who you are. Then
wow.
she gonna sit over here and tell this bullshit ass lie. Somebody she was just driving the car across the street to the store to get some gas. You're lying. You're lying. Just say you got caught. I was only driving it across the street to go put some gas. If you're not driving it at all, you don't need no gas. I mean,
No, She didn't say she didn't drive it off. She drive it to the front of the apartment complex because she don't want her niece walking in the rain.
So now you got you now. Guess what? You not now your niece gonna have to walk in the rain until you get this shit together. Cause we got 180 degree vehicle recognition now. Now you got a ticket because you didn't want your niece to walk in the rain. That right there, $180 plus what you gotta pay to get the registrations and stuff, taken care of now. So I don't think a little rain would have helped with her.
I didn't think it was real. That's why I wondered if it was real, but I had to show it because I said it might be real in certain states, but you're confirming that it is. I don't know what state or what county or what area she's in, but I had never heard of such a thing. But yes, you're confirming it that it is
Bro,
real.
they been had it. That's just like with the red light camera system. It became a mess for people because that's why West Palm Beach had to do away with it because if you're driving my car and you blow through a red light, it didn't catch your face, but they did get my tag number. I'm at work. I get something in the mail say I gotta come to court. Hey, why I gotta come to court? I ain't been pulled over by the police. You blew through this light right here. They started at first. They were just convicting people. Oh yeah, you did it. So people started suing the city because the camera wasn't showing who the individual was actually driving. And if I went and pulled my work record and say around the time that this ticket was supposed to be given, I was on the clock, so I can't be two places at one time.
Right.
So then they went ahead and did away with it because trust me, it ain't going nowhere. It's just they going to find a way to critique it to whether they can zoom in on and do face recognition. This is how they're going to be able to get more and more criminals off the street. This is why, and what people don't realize is they don't put these camera systems in well-to-do neighborhoods. They test out these products in the hood. They test out these products in these things they got in rundown areas because they don't believe criminals live in well-to-do areas.
Well-to-do areas. Well-to-do areas. They're well managed and groomed properly, and they don't cause chaos and ruckus
as much. But this stuff is real. It's out here, people, and I mean, I think it would be harder for them to be able to say, "Oh, you got a warrant," but because the person whose tag it is, whenever they run your tag, it tells about the person who owns the car.
Correct.
If it's got a woman's tag number, name attached to the car, unless she got a warrant and you the male driving, then they see it's a male, they ain't gonna, hey, we pulled you over because the person who owns this car has a warrant. Okay, well, not could I go? Could I go? Because there's no reason of going any further with me because you pulled me because the person who you was looking for is not in the car.
Right.
But yeah, it's crazy out here, and I mean, it goes back to when I remember reading, watching them. They have what is called Wi-Fi neighborhood. You ever heard of a Wi-Fi neighborhood? Cake, you heard about them?
Yep. And they created a whole grid to pretty much, they saying now there's no way for anybody to be off grid because they use these Wi-Fi neighborhoods to locate.
Yep. So where?
What's a Wi-Fi neighborhood?
Like Juicy was explaining, we got what is called the grid. And the grid is how all the electricity, power, and stuff, to where they're able to locate things. We're on a grid. Remember when Don Allen said that when they got cold that time and they didn't have the heat and everything, that they grid had been knocked off? Yeah, we're on a grid where like I always say, when the grid go out, people won't know how to really live because they don't know how to read maps no more. Everything is um, electronic and also computerized.
Mm.
But the Wi-Fi grid is just this is why they needed the 5G connection, and that's why they got all these five because everything you do because mostly every human being from baby to adult, elderly, have a phone. This if you look at your phone, y'all remember when phones used to be where you had a back to a phone where you could take the battery out of the phone. You notice that you can't do that anymore unless you got an old phone.
Right.
The, the purpose for that was you can shut your phone off, and it's supposed to be power supposed to be done. You don't supposed to have no connection. But because of the way that they did it, the battery, as long as that battery is still connected, that phone is never all the way off. They made it the way you can no longer remove the battery so that it can be completely dead. You can shut the
That's
power
why
off.
if you when you notice if you shut it off, it'll still say that you're able to be reached by emergency vehicles because you're
Yep,
always able to be located. They do that
that's
because they
the
got that
excuse.
emergency system to send out supposedly messages in
Alert,
case something is happening. But you also know
storm.
that it's also a designator, a detonator.
What you mean by a detonator? Not like a bomb.
And one is in every household.
Yep. But yeah,
That
but
and if it explode, it will just kill everybody if the phones go. You know these smartphones.
that's why they recommend that you don't have your cell phone under you or for it to get hot because it will explode.
Yep. And it let out a gas that's real just choke you.
But the Wi-Fi grid thing, Tony, is basically where it's like no home or no street will be without Wi-Fi. If you go into any neighborhood, you won't lose, connection Wi-Fi. If you don't have a phone, your phone is off as long as you can connect to Wi-Fi. And T-Mobile is who started it. T-Mobile started
Mm.
it. And so I mean, it's all a tracking device. That's what it is. It's just all a tracking device. That's why if you look back through time, like in the early '80s, and when people had the big cell phones, and then they had the ones that you can plug into the car, you had to be a certain status and had a certain amount of money to be able to get a phone like that.
Right.
Then in the '90s, it was Nokia and all them started coming out with phones where you can buy minutes and all this stuff. You still had to have some money, but not what I'm saying. But it became more and more. And by 2005, no, by 2000, I want to say 2010. This is when they started coming out with phones to where everybody can have a phone in their house. To where you start noticing that house phones started to become obsolete. And now they coming out. Oh, well, we got in order for us to do that, we got to be able to be fancy. We got to have all type of, different types of phones to make people feel they special, they above certain people, da 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 da. But in all, it's just a tracking device.
I remember when the first BlackBerry came out, people were standing in line.
I know I was. I had me one. I had the purple one. Newbie was talking about, she, that's one of my favorite phones you had. But the thing about it is, when you say that all that, if you track history back to how much we've evolved electronically and then match it with what is taking place in the timeline in society and with humanity, at the same time technology has advanced. We've had pandemics that have happened previous when we've done major jumps in technology, and we just did one, and guess what, we're doing another one right now. Like, they're coming out with these new advances in technology where all these phones about to have a different, like, even the power plugs have changed. Welcome there.
Hmm Yep.
So we gonna have another one.
That's so interesting. Wow. And I do need a new phone right now because my phone is acting up like crazy.
Bro, you
Mine
just got
is
that phone
too.
last year.
It
I
wasn't
got
that.
mine, but you
Huh?
know what? It doesn't matter. Even like Newbie has that 13. Hers been acting up. They coming out with
Because
this 19,
but that's
and
what they do, Kate. That's what they
yeah.
do. That's how they get their money. They create these phones to where from wherever these phones are connected to, they can start to shut down the usage of the phone to cause you to spend more money to get another phone. The only thing,
But
I mean, Androids are not really like that, but them iPhones and them big dollar phones, if you notice this, you think these people want to make a phone that you can have that can last 12 years?
how how Android is being affected with it is in order for these other phones to operate and function, the frequencies in the tower system has to change, and Android is forced to have to change as well. So if you look at the Samsung and the new devices and how they are, their batteries aren't replaceable. They stuck on there too.
Yeah.
Their devices are changing.
But Kate, they regulated that.
Yeah,
The
I know.
government regulated it.
I know.
The,
I'm
the
just pointing
companies
it
didn't
out.
the companies didn't want to do it. The government regulated it. They got this new. We're gonna talk about this probably next Tuesday. But there's a new law that they just overturned called Chevron versus. I was looking into it today, but when I get the information, I'm gonna show y'all. That's why I ain't sent it to you, Tony, because I want to look into it to be able to get some information. But it's a new law that regulated that it's supposed to go into effect in the next 5 months, to where the policies and laws that the IRS, FBI, these laws that they've been, because these agencies were given power by previous government officials that took away power from the judges, that allow for them to be able to create their own laws within inside of their own three-letter organization. And the Supreme Court just overturned it, saying that they can no longer do this, anymore. Everything has to come through the judicial system, through the judge. And I want to get a little bit more information on it before we, do a little dialogue on it, and then
I
we can
saw
see.
I saw something
I'm gonna
about
check.
that.
I want you to also, when you do the information research, because at the same time they were implementing that, they're also looking to implement the way it is not the 4th of July. But here in the nation's capital, it's always a celebration. It's always popping.
What's
But
up?
read that. I can't see it.
Uh, my
My stone,
son,
my Stone Age ass dying Android cheap
Android.
as I can get. Hell, don't nobody call me. I'm like,
But so with the small businesses, they have new regulations out for businesses and how you have to do your taxes and your filing. And everybody's going to need to convert and comply and do their status changes and choose like one side or the other, one side of the coin or the other. And it's between a certain type of business or holding and paying a certain amount or paying into a trust and having it secured, but you got to choose. And everybody before this year, the new businesses have to start with the new compliance, and after that you have until 2025 to make your changes in your business status, and that's national, federal.
wow.
But look deep into that Morris legacy and let us know about it, because I was just reading it just briefly.
You come out the Chevron case?
Nah, the businesses stuff too, because like,
Okay.
so I know that like COVID happened, and I was saying to like we look at COVID. COVID can be a master reset, a transfer, and it's opportunity for people to do. When people stepped out and was doing everything they needed to do, a lot of people developed businesses. A lot of people are making money. Now we got to figure out how we can regulate. 1 second.
But Cake, it was a master reset. The
It
master
is.
reset that the master reset that they really was pushing is they needed for everyone to go paperless. And the
Right.
vast majority of people have gone paperless because now they can monitor almost all money.
That can usher in also that one the one currency
Yes.
and dominate the currency and the
Yep.
dollar. And
This is
so
this is why they're hating so much on the brink banking system that Russia, China, Africa, I want to say India, and it's another country, but then two more. I can't remember what two just joined recently. This is why they're in such a frantic because the American dollar is starting to crash.
Yes.
That's why what a dollar used to buy us growing up as kids with the inflation rate, you can't really buy nothing with $1 anymore.
Yeah, don't
right.
even places don't even have dollar millions no more.
No.
Now I mean now when I'm speaking of the other changes, like for example, I sell herbal teas. And on my packaging and labeling, the regulations change to where that's one of the reasons why I don't push and promote is that because I haven't been in compliance with their rules and regulations in order to have my stuff being sold e-commerce. Now, if you know about anything with e-commerce wasn't even regulated because it was online. Now you got
Hmm.
e-commerce that's even being taxed because they're starting to put in regulations on things. So
Right.
that's what I'm talking about. They're making you have a status change in your filing from the LLCs to the S corps, the C corps, the doing business as. Taxes are changing.
Oh wow.
That's what I mean.
We definitely gotta start deep diving into this stuff because like you say every day is something different, it's something new. And it's not that they even they don't come you see how we advertise for the presidential seats and stuff like that. You don't see they don't advertise these things. They might send something out like what Juicy saw, and then because most people don't get the information, here you go, don't know the changes and the laws done changed, and you going to go file, and now they finna hit you with a fine. And
Yes.
like what you talking about, I never knew it. This is why you always hear me say that the law always lives by ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Right.
Right. And then that
Except
fine can
for
shut your business down.
yeah, and that's why it only fits when it pertains to the ignorance of a law enforcement
Right.
or a judicial personnel. Um, and I know we jumping in right now, but I just want to say I was watching this one clip. Two things. It was a officer who was complaining about they're now trying to do away with what is it, judicial qualification, where police automatic it's some type of immunity that police officers have that most of the time protects them from being sued from wrongdoing. And now we have a lot of legislation out now that's trying to remove that protection from police officers. And he's up there complaining, why would we do this? This is what protect. No, if you don't go out and beat up people, hurt people wrongly, and things like that, you ain't got to worry about this affecting you. Just
Right.
like this week, last night I want to say I think the lady said it was yesterday that in Atlanta, I think it was 50 to 70 police officers never did not show up to work because they were mad that one of their colleagues is now indicted and is facing a murder charge for wrongfully killing somebody, and 50 or 60 officers didn't show up for work to my in solidarity and support of their comrade. And at the end of the day, yes, we respect police officers and any military personnel. But there are such things as there's good people in the world, and y'all call them bad apples, but there are also good cops, and there's also bad cops. If the good cops did their job and got rid of all the bad cops, then they won't have these problems facing them. But when the good cops don't call out the bad cops and catch them and arrest them and because y'all live by a code of blue shield, blue honor, American people who are tired of it, and the judicial system is getting tired of covering up this bullshit. So you're talking about 50 officers that decided not to show up for work
Right.
because your comrade illegally murdered someone and now has to face the charges of it. It makes you think that damn, these people done became so numb and so um what is the word I really want to use? Spoiled and entitled to a certain type of protection that when they kill people now, wrong or right, um, they don't think that they need to have any scrutiny upon what really took place. They want you to just take them at face value that police officers are always right when we're
Mhm.
constantly seeing that they're almost wrong. And you want civilians to tell on civilians, but then you tell officers that are good who want
Uh-oh.
and tell them that it's wrong for them to turn on officers that are bad. So you can't have it both ways. Stop killing people unjustly. You won't have to face these crimes.
True that.
You won't have to face charges. The same way you tell people, go to work, don't go in the store and steal. Hey, go to work. If your life is not endangered, nobody has a weapon. There, it just burns me because it's scary to me that officers can kill your child. Officers can kill your mama, your daddy, your auntie, your uncle, and cousin unjustly.
And that's
And they
problem.
go before a police review board. They don't go before independent, non-police officer. I'm talking about just they don't go before a regular review board that look at the whole situation. They look at it from a police looking at oh no, we don't find anything wrong. I'm just a person that's gonna always speak. And I pray to God that this don't happen to me or anybody that I love and any more in the world. But I won't rest. I won't rest until that officer feel the exact same pain that I did. I would be just like that black lady we just showed the show about that injected that officer with HIV. No, I need you to look into my eyes and understand why I stand right here and blow your daughter's head off in front of you. The
Exactly.
pain that I felt. And I don't even have nothing against her. But we got to stop upholding police officers in the right when they wrong. We have to stop it.
It's
And
all right.
the 50 people that decided not to come to work, that's just how they need to all lose their jobs because they
Exactly.
abandoned their post. If in the military, officer or
Soldier.
what they call them, E3s, E2s, E7s, what in the middle of war turn around and run instead of fight, guess what they call that's almost like treasoning. You abandoned your post, you left your comrades to do a battle, you know what I'm saying, that you signed up for.
And you go to
You
prison.
signed up to be police officers in the street. And the crazy thing was they said for the days that those 50 officers was off work, the streets had less violence in them than they normally have.
Exactly. I saw that.
I can't hear you, Tony. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I can't hear you.
I was saying, yeah, I agree with you. I saw that.
Are you look? I'm gonna go back and come back in because I can't hear you.
I I didn't read about the thing about what's going on, what you were saying, but that's crazy that they stopped and boycotted and then turned around and don't even they ain't even need it. I remember right before COVID even jumped off, everybody was talking about defunding the police because they're getting so much money to do things, and the only thing they're doing is harassing people and killing
Harassing black
people,
people.
black people. You know, and at the time, there were places that were showing that they were harassing low socioeconomic, lower class people, not
True.
just black. It was happening predominantly and being aired in the black communities and of black people. But like I was in Kansas, and Kansas got black people, but most of them mixed. And who was really getting affected were the Mexicans, the Indians trying to play like they were Mexican. It's that area is funny, but you got to do that in order to not be targeted.
Right.
And I when I realized, oh, okay, huh, I
Testing
got
one, two,
pulled.
three.
Yeah, I got pulled over because I had my car had tint and black rims, so it was like they knew my car.
Mm,
I got pulled over 6 times in one evening on the same street. Like, why?
damn.
Yeah, for no reasons.
Say something, Legacy.
We don't hear you now.
We don't hear you.
Mhm. But man, oh man,
I got 4 pictures and 2 more videos, and so I'm just
okay.
waiting for Legacy to come back on.
Did you get your Slurpee from 7-Eleven?
No. What is it, National Slurpee Day?
Yes, it is. It's 7-Eleven.
Legacy,
Isn't
did
it
you get your
7-Eleven?
Slurpee?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Did you
Yeah,
get
we
your
can hear you
Slurpee?
now.
Did I what?
Did you get your
Did you
Slurpee?
get Slurpee?
My Slurpee.
7-Eleven, National
7-Eleven.
Slurpee Day.
No, I ain't been by no 7-Eleven. But did y'all understand why would I go to talking about stuff like this? You see how they go to messing with me?
Yes.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Well, you know what? It's crazy, but then at the same time, either one. Look at it as it's love. Because they don't want to do you. They don't want to have to do you. You know, they want to they want more legacy around. So they're trying to stop you from incriminating or pulling their whole card.
On that note, this is not in the news. How come this is not in the news? These individuals right here. It says 3 black kids, and it lists their names, have the highest IQs ever in the world, but it's not being mentioned in the news. Kids, 3 blacks,
Yep.
black black excellence, the
And that's
highest,
just 3 black kids whose parents allowed them to get tested.
right, the highest IQs in the world.
Hmm.
Fuck you, China. I said,
Con-
wow. I got to show this.
But you want to
Congratulations,
know
young
something though?
people.
Truthfully, Tony, we really don't need to show that picture. We need to keep them kids protected. I'm so
Listen,
serious.
check this out also. This is also in the news. Breaking news. Starting July 1st, landlords cannot ask the tenant for 3 times the rent anymore. So for
They've been
viewers, just as the FYI for the viewers.
But this is the thing, right? When I think about that, right? somebody had to okay it, right? It's like when it's like big pharma. They come out with um medicines and things of this nature, and they already know the side effects and everything. They know that which drugs is overly addictive compared to other ones, right? And some of the side effects they don't put in them. But let's say for 10 years, the FDA and ATF and everything allowed these people to put this drug out on the market, and like they pushing whatchamacallit right now. What's the diabetes drug that they got out right now?
Ozempic.
Supposed to be helping people,
Ozempic.
lose weight and all that, but it's supposed to be for diabetes, metformin. And then they turn around and all the side effects are starting to really just hit people now. But let's say they done had a 5 year run at this, and they charging $1,100 a month for this medication. A 3 to 5 year run, they done made hundreds of millions of dollars. And then they
Oh,
turn around
even
and put a
when,
little pot to the side when people
even better,
start getting sick and these ailments come about and say, okay, here's this pool of money that these people can draw from.
even
This is
better.
what they allow for landlord tenants to do. If they done been doing this for the last 3 to 5 years, and they asking you for three times the amount of the rent, you got to show proof of income for that. And the thing is, they may change the law on it, right? But let's say most people don't know this information. Most people don't know that they've changed the law that they can't do this anymore. So do you think slumlords and landlords are going to stop asking for it? And then if you're one of the small ones that say, hey, they changed the law, you can't do this anymore. They're just going to outright deny you then because they feel like you're a smart ass.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you're qualified for it and everything, they're gonna just say, oh, we're looking, but it's denied right now. We This is how they play the game. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like how most people, when they were free from slavery, most black people didn't believe that they were free from slavery the 2.5 years after slavery was over,
Right.
supposedly.
So you know
Um,
that
it's
after
just crazy.
COVID,
You gotta. I would like to know what was the purpose of okaying that, other than to line the pockets of the landlords and people who own big, buildings and things like that. Who okayed it? What regulation okayed it first?
well, who okayed it was the crisis of COVID.
Can y'all hear me?
So
Yes.
yes, can you hear
Juicy
me?
talking.
I can't hear you again.
Juicy
Uh,
is talking.
what okayed it was COVID, because during COVID, and you have to look at on the business. Oh, he's not here. Okay, I paused for a moment. I didn't see him go out. No, not you. Still on the show. Yeah. And Legacy was saying something, but then he couldn't hear, so he went back out. But I wanted to say something to him, so I was like, "I'll wait." See, if you was listening to the show, you'd know all the inside scoop. She was listening to the show, and we were like saying things, and her stuff was showing up late.
A delay.
Yeah, so that's what she went on and got out.
Can you hear me?
We can
Yes.
hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Mhm. Mhm.
Juicy
Okay,
was
so
going to rebuttal to what you were saying. Go ahead, Juicy.
not even a rebuttal, just confirming, because you're absolutely right. But how it, where you say who okayed it, like you want to say we the people in a sense okayed it. On the business aspect of the United States of government as a business, the affiliates, everyone who signs up as a business and registers your business, you become an affiliate to the United States business
Corporation.
corporation. So when you're an affiliate and then all this reset happening in the top sector, just like we say, you don't want to be a part of a triangle um pyramid business. It's still a pyramid. It's just on a scope that we just ain't even imagining. Go ahead.
Right.
And when it trickles down, those who are at that top of that pyramid, they ain't like that reset. So how can we recoup? And the best
Right.
way to recoup is taxing the lower end people who are even business owners to make them then have to tax the people. And after the people and everybody getting it, then it goes that way. So
Yep.
let's say instead of them looking at it as they started charging 3 times, what they did was they raised the debt floor. They dropped it. They made debt be possible to anybody. You were getting approved for any and everything because of COVID.
Yep. Yep.
Now we done created more debt. Now you owe us. Now we back in business. The money
Back
that
in
y'all
business.
just the money y'all just took from gain, we just took back.
Quiet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly how they do it, Juicy. That's like
So
when we
when
was
you were
getting all
speaking,
them when we was getting the stimulus checks. People, oh, they gave
that's
us
what I'm
all this
talking
money.
about.
Them folks came back and got all that money and more.
So
Yep.
when you were talking about the example and you were speaking of the medicines, look at chicken pox and shingles. Those people who were getting the vaccination, and then 20 years later, we see all of, if you had the vaccine of chicken pox, you risk a chance of catching shingles, and we have compensation for you. Just give it time, because I believe Johnson and Johnson got some things going against them for baby powder.
Yeah. Talcum powder. Yep.
Talk them, talk them. They want to say talk, but it was baby powder. It was everything sprinkled down there for a reason. Wait till they bust up the diaper people. Why we gotta have this urine sit on people on the babies?
Right.
Yeah. So it's all part of they set up.
I found this here on Insta was I think it was Twitter or X. I can't read the top of it.
Breaking: the 2024 voters guide has been released. Please share widely. So Biden old has stutter, and Trump old rapist, 91 felony charges, tax fraud, tried to overthrow government, 30 plus sexual assault allegation, hates disabled veterans and prisoners of war, shared nuclear secrets. I don't even know why you had me read that because I don't agree with that. Go ahead,
What
keep going.
what what you don't agree with, Kate?
That list need to be long on Biden's side too.
Listen, but this is why I don't. When Tony show like context of this about Biden and against Trump, it's like, and I know he doesn't do it to be facetious with it, but it becomes annoying because you don't where's the racist thing that he just had a video just last week where he was on stage with a bunch of people that were supporting him and a black girl had her hand out trying to shake his hand and he looked at her and smiled and bypassed her and went to the white woman right next to her and shook every other white person's hand along the way but said fuck her. Where is it where he showed that he told black people that you're not black if you don't vote Democrat? That's racism. Where is it where he said that his kids should not go to school with black kids because he don't want them around monkeys in the jungle? Y'all people blow my motherfucking mind when y'all are so easy to forgive a fucking racist for saying racist shit and talking about that shit was in the past. No, zebras don't change their fucking stripes.
That's the same thing.
Stop.
That's the same thing everybody doing with Trump.
Listen, and you didn't I didn't get a gripe. You didn't hear me gripe about those real allegations that have been brought up against Trump because I don't see them brought up against him myself. I can see that. But what you're not doing and what we're not doing is saying put the real shit about Joe Biden too. and allow for black people to see what he has said and done. Let's talk about those policies that he signed off with Bill Clinton and his wife about calling young black people who are getting in trouble super predators and they need to be locked away forever like animals. He passed those bills that got most black people from the 80s to the 90s still in prison to this day. Kamala Harris did those things. We got to start doing better. We got to start doing better at doing research on the individuals and what they did in their past so you can know who the fuck they are in the future.
And I agree with what you're saying about putting most on blast because no matter what, neither one of them are they shouldn't be up there. But if they up there, let them
Neither
know.
one
Like,
of them.
why are we even participating? Like, why are we even entertaining this? Like, this is the time where those 50 officers didn't show up. This is our time and our duty not to show up. I don't understand why we still talking about your voice matter. It don't. Not when those are your choices.
But
That's a laugh in your face to sit here and say your voice matter, but you don't even matter enough to give you valid choices. Like
Right. We don't even have
this
no
is sitting
qualified
here
candidates.
saying
I mean,
this
actually, there
is
are qualified candidates, but y'all gonna give us that?
right, but this is saying this is your choice to die by
hanging us,
electroshock,
yeah, or hanging.
hanging, being gassed, and clearly, man, please. And the thing of it is, the funny part is, it's being publicized. It's all over TV.
Let me ask this question, Tony.
Sweet
Let's,
Ashley,
let's,
Sweet Ashley, America is not ready for a female president.
Is Ramona running for president?
who?
She said Ramona for president. Is there a Ramona running for president? I don't know who's running.
No.
I don't tune into that. So I'm
I,
not gonna
I
say that.
I just watched the a lady debated with Kamala Harris recently, and the lady embarrassed Kamala Harris so bad because Kamala Harris was talking about how she did prison reform in California and how she hid information that could have freed a man who was on death row, and she hid it until the federal government
She is
is
16. Okay,
yeah
then nah, that's
that's
her
her daughter.
daughter.
She's yeah.
Raise her and train her and get her ready for that. But right now, at 16, I wouldn't wish that on her.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't say that to
Legacy
her.
should run for president.
They'll assassinate me.
I wanted to run and I changed my mind.
Let me tell you when I really
Are
knew
we taking that back?
that racism existed. I need y'all to look at me. I'll never forget. I'll never forget this teacher's name. I'll never forget the grade. His name was Mr. Duplantis. Mr. Duplantis was my history teacher, Valdosta Middle School. And at this time, I love politics. So around by this time, you got Bill Clinton in office and stuff. So this is really when I'm starting to grasp politics and things of this nature. You hear me, Tony and Juices?
Yes.
I remember telling this man because I was fed up with looking at these damn books and all the president was white, the White House was white, Congress almost damn near all white, and I remember saying to Mr. Duplantis, I said, you know what, Juicy for president.
That's too much juice.
Listen, Tony, I remember telling this man when I get grown, I'm gonna be the first black president. When I said that, I remember him looking up it like this, and he said, "And what would you do if you was the president of the United States?" I said, "Well, the very first thing that I would do when I get in there is paint that goddamn White House black."
Mm.
Do you know the man sent me to the office talking about I was being a disruption to his class, So I go to the office, and I never forget Coach Davis. He was also the assistant principal, and our head principal was named Mr. Tom Finley. Those two was in the office. So when I went down, they said, "Williams, what you in down here for?" So I told them what went on, and Mr. Davis and Mr. Finley was like they country boys, so they don't. If they are racist, they don't show it. You know what I'm saying? Because every time you turn around, they doing something for black kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So Mr. Finland and Mr. Davis walked me back to Mr. Duplantis' class and called him out in the office. I mean, called him out into the hallway
mm,
and say, well, why do we have Mr. Williams to the office? What? First of all, you didn't send a disciplinary note. Oh, I'm getting ready to write one. Well, what would you write it up for? What did Mr. Williams do? The man said I was being a disruption in the class, and you know me. I say, well, what was I doing being a disruption? You know what you was doing. I said, oh, I told you that I was going to be the first black president. The man's face got redder. And what else did you say? That my very first thing that I will be doing when I get in there is to paint the White House black. This man said, you don't have the power to do anything like that. It has always been white and it will continue to be white. I say, what law and policy says that it has to be white? If I'm the president of the United States and I want this bitch to be blue, go outside and paint it blue.
mm.
He tried to, Mr. Davis and Mr. Finley, you know, they don't like this. They don't like to discipline the principal, you know, the teachers in front of kids.
Right,
So they
right.
told me to go back in the classroom and they told him to come to the office. And when he came back, I promise you, this man never spoke to me again in class other than here's your paper.
Mm,
But that was my first hand experience of feeling some of what racism is, of you know, him with the entitlement to think that I couldn't be a black president, and then on top of that, to think that nobody would have the balls to paint it any other color.
wow. And I guess you wouldn't have the balls to do so.
The very first day I go in the paint construction would have been Gideon.
You know, I think I don't know, but if you would go to the White House and see inside and how colorful it is, you might leave the white outside white.
We'd have
They
put
got
some.
a yellow room, a blue room, a green room, a gold room, a silver room, a red room.
Where's the black room?
That's the boardroom. That's where all the money is made and talked about. That's why everybody wear black
Go,
suits.
go ahead, Tony.
Well, black is represented,
But just don't have the
but it's
room.
in the power.
Well, because I
Right.
remember
It
when you
ain't
were
in the
telling me
space.
a while back, you were telling me you had an issue with your delivery man and they wouldn't ring the doorbell. They kept leaving packages and you had to stop him one day and like, why aren't you ringing the doorbell? Well,
Yep.
I spoke to 2 or 3 carriers, Junior being one, because he delivers for Amazon. Um, and I was talking to UPS, I talked to FedEx, and they were saying that about 90% of their notices that they get is saying, please do not ring the doorbell. So
Mm,
they only ring the doorbell as if like my UPS driver, he rings the doorbell every time because I pull him to the side and said, please ring my doorbell. I'm running a business. I got products being delivered almost on a daily basis. I don't know what time of day y'all come. Don't leave stuff on
right.
my door. So ring my doorbell. So my UPS driver does. However, my one of my FedEx drivers does because he comes to me to get papers notarized. So he'll ring the doorbell. But the other FedEx drivers don't. So, and then Amazon, the Prime, they never ring the doorbell.
Hold on. Miss
Embassy
Ashley,
needs a black room.
with a red light in it.
Oh Lord, and the stripper pole.
Oh goodness.
So,
Well,
so,
shoot, give me a tip bucket.
so the day the day I received 3 packages from Amazon, and I happened to be in my office area, and I heard them when they set the boxes down and left. I went to the door. There was 3 packages. They never rung the doorbell. So I searched and found this online, a sign that you could buy through Amazon for $16. So knowing me and my creativity and ingenuity, and I screenshot it,
And I made it.
cropped it. Look, cropped it. I have a color printer, printed it.
Not on YouTube. We not gonna let you do that.
And it's now on my front door. For free.
No. It's also got orange on it.
So
Go
I'm
and add
going
a few colors to make it
I'm
different.
gonna print another one and laminate it, Legacy, for you, so you'll have one as well.
I want 2. One for the gate that they can see, and one on the door.
Now come on, take before you laminate it and print it, and go back and edit yours. Add Uber delivery, like put Uber.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess they will be under all deliveries.
No. The reason why I say that is because copy something somebody done produced.
Right.
But you can duplicate it and make it better.
Right.
So when you add the others and then underneath it says all deliveries, now you just made it better. You made it more clear. You clarify. We don't mean just packages. We mean food and people.
Okay. So I said I gotta show Legacy this, that I found something for him.
Cause I listen, and Juice, I'm glad you said about the Uber and stuff, because it's done been so many times I pull up over and I'm over in Palm Beach, and I pull up over to the house, and I'm sitting in the car. I might even be talking to y'all. We might even be, and I see a Uber person pull up, and I see them go, and I'm like, okay, that's Uber, and I'm watching them, and they go. But now they got a thing, I think, through Uber Eats or whatever. It's a thing that if you're watching your delivery, it'll alert you that your food is close, so you can be able to start like coming to the door and stuff. And so one day I'm just sitting in the heat. The people don't even see me in the car, and I'm watching them go, watch them walk right up to the door, take a picture of it, and I said, hey, knock on the damn door.
Right, because in a few minutes that food's gonna have ants.
Right. Oh, knock on the door, man. Oh, I ain't know nobody. Of course you didn't know. You don't, bro. Knock on the door. Somebody in there. But like I say, COVID-19 made it that way. And instead of saying we're going back to the old thing, they just let them 2 years turn into 5 years almost. With the no contact, no knocking. That's what they did. So now you calling, your food done been outside, especially if you live around in the neighborhood where Nuck them saw him drop it off, because they sitting right here, and they give you about 42 seconds before they come in. You look on your phone 25 minutes later, the alert say your food out here. You go look and your food gone. Now you calling them back, they say, oh no, we got a picture that we dropped it off.
That's true.
Now up here, the delivery people will call you saying, we coming down the street.
And that's how they sound.
That's a lot of China walk.
And I be like, and my porch light is on. They'll be like, we in the street, we out front. But they will not want to come and walk up the stairs and bring it to you. They want you to come to the car and get it.
Wow. Door dash means to my door. Door dash.
Yeah. Yeah,
not to Kardashian.
Right.
listen, that's gonna be a good thing. Cause my neighbor's right next to me.
Don't hate.
At all.
Well, let's show the next. Let's show the video. I have 2 videos, but we're gonna show one, and we're gonna end the show because this
I'm
topic
sick of the
there.
brown nose and shit that go on this podcast.
As I was saying, I'm gonna show this one last video because I think the conversation on this video is gonna take us into the end of the show. And then the last video we'll show it on the next show. But check this out. Y'all finna get disturbed.
Oh Lord.
It's your homeboy Nino. Check this video out with me, family.
Key word right there. Step forward. I can step away anytime. Anytime. I can step out the door right now. You want me to do that?
No, I expect you to take care of both kids equally.
It ain't happening like that because he's not mine. That's your kid. That's your package, your responsibility. That is not my responsibility.
If the shoe was on the other foot, I would still care of both kids. That's what a real man does.
Well, I must not be a real man because I'm not taking care of that kid. I'm not taking care of him because I don't like him.
And why you don't?
Because that's not my son. I'm not trying to build a bond with another man's son. So why you think I didn't take care of her?
Because you know that his father don't want no parts of him. So therefore, I'm the one that take care of the responsibility for him. And then when you married me, that made him...
Like what you just said. It's your child, your responsibility, not mine. When I met you, I never took your child on dates with us. Did I include anything of a family thing? I didn't do that. I included you. I married you. That's the only thing that I was here for, is you, not him. I understand it.
And that's not right at all. You're supposed to treat both kids equally, no matter if it's one fully yours and one fully his.
All right, well, I take care of mine, don't I?
Yes.
Oh, well, I don't take care of
what's wrong with taking care of your stepchild?
Because that's a stepchild. That's a step away. That's what that means, a step away. Okay. That's not my kid.
Well, as you guys see, he don't want to take care of both kids equally.
And why are you recording me anyway?
Because this is childish. You're supposed to be taking care of both kids equally when we're married, and you know that his dad is not in his life.
Hey, well, it's not my fault that his dad. It's not my fault. That's your problem.
Okay, but when you put a ring on my finger and asked me to marry you, that means you included my child, because you knew I was a package when you met me.
Nah, that's your package. You ain't a package to me. That ain't no package deal. It ain't no deals over here. I could have went out and got another woman, but I chose you, not your child.
Okay, but with me, my child is with me, so therefore, you chose both of us. Just like every time I go somewhere, I choose both of our kids.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I'm still not taking care of him. That is not.
And that's not right.
Hey, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm only gonna take care of mine.
You sound right now.
Yeah, I'm very, because I don't like taking care of another man's child when he can step up and come and take care of him.
And you know his dad is no good, so why you think I want him to look up to you? Because
don't like him either. He must don't like him either. He must don't like him either, because I don't like him either. So, hey, that's the way it's gonna be. Either you accept that, or I don't know what I can tell you. I don't know.
And I will accept for you to not take in your step.
Let's talk about it.
You might well show the next video. I'm not entertaining that man because where is he?
I knew Juicy was gonna say that. I knew Juicy was gonna say that.
First of all, I think as far as she's concerned, I think the red flags was there prior to them saying I do. Because if he has this type of mentality after you're already married and have a child, he showed you who he was before he said, "Will you marry me?"
Yep.
He pointed it out. But at the same time,
he made it quite clear during the courtship, during the dating process, that, bitch, I want you and not him.
That's what I said. She had too much dialogue with him.
Exactly.
It had to be for it had, I agree with you, Chantel. It had to be for entertainment because ain't no way in the world I'ma stand here and carry on why and question with you. There ain't no reason. All you had to do was all you had to do was not feed them. I ain't gotta talk to you about that shit no more. There's no way she's just finding this out. None at all.
Exactly.
That baby didn't get changed.
I
Didn't
mean,
get
matter of fact,
birthed.
it wasn't even just red flags. He was quite clear. Bitch, I want you. I want you and not y'all.
But you know, it's crazy that the people really do have this mindset today. I had a guy like whatever situation you meet somebody in, I told him, I'd rather you don't like nothing you see. Because you see this and then you want this, but what I really got, then you don't want no parts of. If I don't put a black man said to me, if I don't put my kid's father on child support, we would have to have separate, everything had to be separate because I'm not making them be responsible. That ain't got shit to do with you.
Well, let me just say something on that, please. I'm gonna just say something on that right now. And you know, I'm a man that if I'm with a woman, I don't have any problem helping, guiding, protecting, loving the child. But let's say that this man doesn't have a lot, but he has enough to help provide. And now he takes on let's just say any woman. And she's a great woman, the kids are good, but now by him being there, them being together, those children also becomes his responsibility because if he loves you, he's supposed to love them just the same.
Amen.
Now, if the money that's going toward, let's say he got two outside kids from you, and let's say he's supporting them, he's supporting you, and he's helping with your other kids, with your kids. If he doesn't have a lot of money to wear, or let's say you're not working, so all of his income is taking care of two households. So if he says to you, listen, we can do two things. I don't have a problem financially. Hold on, let me finish
That's not
doing
what
what it
I
is.
said.
But I'm saying that's why I'm using my scenario because the way he said it sounds fucked up.
And that's what I was going to cut you off and say, just be a man about it. This man in this video was fucked up. And that's what I mean. There are people out here who have fucked up ways of thinking. And the principle, I hear your point. And that's called teamwork, making the dream work. And if you
Right.
need to go ahead and be like, bruh, we got it here, but you need to do your part. It's the way you communicate. It's the principle and how you say this. You don't make a child, you don't not feed the fucking child.
But that's
You don't
why I
sit
said
here and
that.
say,
That's
oh,
why
no, I'm
That's
not
why I go
feeding the
with.
child.
That's why I hear what Tony's saying about the flags because he clearly said in this video. He clearly said in this video, when I took you out, I never took your child with me anywhere. When we did, hold on, Chantel says,
But he said
but
he
he
didn't like the child. Right.
right.
And that was where what I was saying was I saw red flags when this person said this to me. And that let me know from the beginning I can't move forward with you because off rip, you don't even see whether we can do it. You just automatically want to target another man, act like it ain't your responsibility, it's just theirs. And so first off, I don't need a man to come take care of my children. I take care of my children. So if you come into my life, you can come in and add to it and help. But people who don't know what we got going on might look and see, oh, she got a lot. That's a lot to do. It is a lot to do. My kid's gonna work the shit out your ass. It's a lot to do. But that man in this video and men who have that mindset to feel that they're not here to take care of another man's child. That statement, it takes a village. We all here to take care of these children.
Period.
If it's a stranger out here, especially feeding kids, he said, I didn't feed the child. No. Mm-mm.
Do you know, Tony? Do y'all know that you can go to jail for that?
For not
You can
feeding
go
the
to
child.
jail. You can go to jail for being a parent or a step, not just as well as a parent, but a step parent or a guardian for feeding one child in the house and not feed another one that's in the house
I
Neglect.
saw it
that
on
lives
Law and
there.
Order last night. I
You
saw
can
it
go
on
to
Law
jail
and
for
Order
that
last night.
because now let's say it's a neighbor's child. The neighbor's child can go home, but if that's a child that live in that house and you get food and feed your child, and then talking about you ain't feeding this child, and that mama call the police, and you say that that's what you did, and that mama was at, put your hand behind your back. That's child neglect because obviously it's feeding time because you're feeding yours.
Yep, that's neglect.
You're feeding yours. So if it's time to feed yours, and this one lives here too, it's time to feed that one as well.
Yep.
But I mean, it's hard. I mean, this is why I say this woman knew who this man, how this man was from the beginning. He ain't just hit a switch yesterday. And Tony, we know somebody that said they don't like their kids, they step kids, and I for the life of me, I don't understand. Maybe it's the power of the penis. Um, that has this woman so delusional to the point to where she thinking that it's okay that she was gonna change this man to go from never not really doing nothing with her for her kid. I'm joking on that, Kate. That was never not doing anything for her kid before to thinking that we married now he'll do better. No, he been told you and showed you.
This is it wasn't the power of the dick. It's that, but it's also psychological abuse. Because what he did was he liked that woman and he wanted her around and he didn't want her to leave. So he got her to feeling because I've had plenty of people come they come at you with the child ain't gonna be there forever. When they leave, you gonna want somebody to be there for you. I'm gonna be there for you. So they try to talk these women into thinking that you need this in your life and your
Manipulation.
child needs you. So
They
you can
want to
still
manipulate.
have you can have both worlds. Be your parent, do what you need to do, and then I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna do what you need for me to do. Because when the child is gone, old and gone, I'ma still be there doing what you need me to do. And then these women transferred call to phone. They think that's what it is. And then they go for it. And it's crazy because so many people out here who are feeding into their satisfaction. They not feeding
But
into their values and morals. They
but
selfish.
Kate, let me ask you and Tony a question. Miss Ashley, Miss Chantel, anybody else out there too. Is it okay to say, well, we know it's not okay to say I don't like the child, but you can not like the child's actions and how they go about doing things in a house that you live in.
You cannot like the child, but that don't mean you neglect the child.
I don't even want to hear that you don't like my child. I don't even want to hear that you don't like my child.
I feel that. They can keep it to themselves. I'm saying it's okay for a person to feel how they feel. Their actions is what matters. And I can know that this way. I have been around kids that's been like, oh my gosh, whoa. At the same time, I still need to be for that child as that child needs me. They need help, I gotta help them. They need to eat, I gotta feed them. That has nothing to do with what you like about a child. Like that's what I'm talking about. The values and the morals and integrity of being human. You were once a fucking child. Unless you've been neglected, left on the street, and treated like shit, and you don't know no better, I can excuse you because you don't know no better. But if you know better, you can't treat people like that.
Kate,
You may not like the behavior, but if you don't like my child, you definitely don't like me. I feel
Period.
that
I agree
too.
with period. You can't tell me you don't like my child. You can tell me you don't like my child's behavior, but once you say, I listen, I don't like your child, cause hell, sometimes I don't like mine, my own. But they mine, and I can say it. But somebody who is showing me not just by telling me, but also has the action behind it, like you say, Kate, that I don't like your child. That means that my child could be drowning. That you don't
Yeah,
like
that
my
motherfucker
child,
can drown.
that motherfucker can drown. So
Hell
this is why you gotta be. Once a person tell you that, if you give them 3 seconds and they don't say, "Girl, I'm just joking,"
no, ain't
and
no
even
3 seconds. Ain't no 3 seconds. Because your mind think it before you speak it. Your 3 seconds was before that shit came off your tongue. Like
yeah,
that. No, ain't no 3 seconds. And that's what I meant by action. You gonna see the action before it get to that point. If you are an adult and you gonna argue back with a child instead of
Kate,
correct the child, you don't like the child. Everything go up in smoke if you say some shit like that.
everything,
Huh?
everything.
Including your house.
And why not?
I don't know what happened.
Listen, I hope you paid your insurance bill.
Hope you got fire insurance.
It don't even
Okay.
matter if you do.
Let's bring out. Let's see. We got enough time to bring out the other one, Tony.
When we got the last video, okay.
Yeah.
This last video is quite interesting as well. Check this out.
Let me tell you why Africans created polygamy. Even today, for every one male child, there's 2 to 3 female male children. Well, it was the same 1,000 years ago. The Africans decide, what do we do with the surplus Muslim population? I mean, female population. Europe took the surplus female population and made them whores and prostitutes. Africa didn't do that. Africa said those who can afford to and could properly take care of should marry more than one woman so that your female population get the same opportunity to have families and children like any other.
So that's why polygamy.
Polygamy.
But you know, it's funny because when you show that, and then I was looking on Facebook earlier today in this one little post about marriage and everything, and it was saying married men say something to the single brothers about marriage, and all of the comments were so loving about how much they love their spouse, they appreciate their spouse. And then one comment said, "It's funny, but all these men sound like their names are African. Like there weren't American men talking about why they like being married and loving their spouses." So it's a difference, like psychologically, the way men treat women in Africa and other countries than the way they do here in America.
Right.
And
I
here
had
in
a.
America, polygamy don't have that same connotation like it did in Africa.
I had a conversation a while back. I met a African guy, and over here in this area over here, and
Okay.
I this is when I first was moving over here, and I was like, it ain't a lot of black people in
You
my
met
area over here, huh?
you met an African guy.
Yeah.
I thought you was the only black in that whole county.
So Africans not black. You know, when they're foreign, they can mark white or other.
I thought you was the only Negro in that whole county.
It seems like it. I listen. It's me. These are the. I said I met him, but at my job is me, Nate, Brian, Me, Nate, Brian, and the head dude Kevin. Them the only
Did you
brothers that I
say it?
see.
Did you repeat it to make it sound like it was more people?
Yeah.
He's trying to be inclusive.
But
Okay.
listen. I asked this man, I was like, well, what's the difference in Africa than it is in America when it comes to women? He said, respect. I say, respect what you mean? He says, most African women don't walk around. And we're not talking about poor Africa that they show. I'm talking about the beautiful Africa where the part of Africa. Chantel says it's a few speckles of black pepper over there. So yes.
You gotta go out. I was yeah, that was doing it. But what he was saying was that the respect, and he was saying that the women don't walk around. He's not saying respect to other men. He's speaking of self-respect.
Right.
And a lot of other countries, the women don't walk around exposing themselves because for them, that's not what signifies beauty. Like in Africa, piercings signify beauty. Your ability to do things is what makes you beautiful. And so that's where their vibration, their level of vibration and love isn't lustful. Here in America and what our country is built on, is built on that type of sin, lust, deceit, lies. The women are very modest. I don't even think like today's women can't be modest in America.
Speaking of,
There's
hold on. Speaking of how they dress and everything, carry themselves. I was just asking Jeanette the other night. We was watching some award show. I don't know if it was on TV or on YouTube, but we was watching an award show. I think it was the BET Awards. We was watching it on YouTube, and every female except one, every female that came out was damn near naked.
Or wearing something sheer.
You're right.
But you have to understand that every year there's a big fashion expo, like we have an awards. There's a fashion, and they're out there testing it and seeing what's the latest trend, what's the color that's going to be out, and then this is what the designers then go and run to. What are we going to give to the people? Half of the clothes and stuff that's out here and available, you can't get nothing but it. Same style, no matter what size you are, whether you're big to infant, it's all the same. It's like we got this pattern.
The whole outfit is so naked and so little, you can put the whole outfit in one pocket.
One pocket. That's what I was about to say. We got one pattern, and we using the material. That's another thing people are not even paying attention to. They using the material quality that's so poisonous to the body. We don't hear you.
It lowers the energy frequency in your body. This is why they took away cotton so much, because cotton has a very high level of energy that raises the vibration. But then certain things, am I right, Kate? Because I think it's cotton.
It is.
But then polyester lowers it, silk lowers it. It's a lot of different. Nylon lowers your energy vibration. And this, if you look at t-shirts, if you don't get 100% cotton, you notice now it says 50% cotton, 50% nylon. Oh, we got the stretch material that keeps you cooler. No, they know that the material that they use lowers the energy vibration in you.
Check it out this way too. It's just on our skin and certain areas covering our body. Find me, and if you do, please give me the link. So anybody watching, send me that link. My email's here. Text me something. Find me a pair of socks that's 100% cotton. I bought a set 2 years ago, and I haven't been able to find them. I had to pay $20 for 4 pairs of socks. And I bought Niamki some and the Kill some because it was the only sizes that they came in. Can't find that company, can't find those socks. Think about the reflexology of the foot and the fibers that they put down there. Any kind of blend, all it takes is one drop. And they can fuck up every organ. It's like people don't even realize how many ways we under attack.
Yeah, definitely. Well, listen.
But
Go ahead, Kate.
I was gonna say, but tuning into the ATL show every Tuesday and Thursday will keep you up informed, and there's always hope. I'm not a doctor. However, I love helping and talking to people and sharing different things that I know that works. Even if how to find 100% cotton socks. You always got to take a moment and let them know about enliventoyou.com.
Always. Well, listen, Tony, also throw me. I gotta go ahead and give a shout. This it's coming soon, y'all. Lunchtime with Legacy. We're gonna be talking about current affairs at the time. We're gonna be having a little lunch, but I'm also making time for you guys, to be able to, give you some information on things that I found out. I'm a little raunch, but it could go there. But most of the time, at this time of the day, I'm focused.
A little.
So it'll definitely be very informational. So tune in. We'll let you know something within the next few weeks when the exact day we'll be kicking off with Lunchtime with Legacy. And let's make it happen, y'all. Support us. We're gonna get ready to go, and the boss man got something to say right quick. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to get up out of here. We definitely appreciate all you guys that came out and watched. Those that the 80% that tune in and watch but ain't subscribed yet, we appreciate you because we see you, but we want to see you. And then Miss Ashley, Sweet Ashley, and Miss Chantel, we greatly appreciate you guys for your comments and things. We wouldn't be anything without you guys coming out here, leaving those comments and things that work our brain and get us to think outside of our normal box as well. We'll go ahead and bring out the most voluptuous cakes in the business. Jew Cake.
It's not I'm crazy.
Thank you. I wanted to say something because when we were speaking of one of the videos about the housing and the cost and everything, and we were talking about businesses and taxes. All of this is regulated by the government. And Tony, you were saying who approves this and how do they get away with it? And the thing about it is we got homelessness is everywhere. When you were talking earlier in the year about how many of these people are being forced to house immigrants into their homes, and how homeless people are not even being sheltered, but the immigrants are being put up in places. 4th of July just came, and here in our nation's capital, it was a cloudy 4th of July. Like, there was rain in the forecast, and it actually did rain for a little bit in the evening. So the 4th of July display that everyone comes and sees, like they look at for the Macy's parade for Thanksgiving in New York, wasn't the best visual to see. But we redid the fireworks. We did the whole show over. And we ain't got no money to take care of homeless people. So I'm only saying that to say, when you go out and you go and vote, and you making these choices of who you choosing, Biden is who's in office right now. And the fireworks were over the White House. And so this is something he approved and said it was okay. So he don't care whether you got a place to stay. He don't care how you're paying for it. There's no funds to help anybody because everything is depleted, so they say. But it's enough to redo fireworks for the 4th of July. And that's not our Independence Day because remember, Obama gave us Juneteenth. Or was that Trump?
Trump.
And you get paid for being black 1 day out the year.
We're going to let the people know where they can reach it and all that.
On the ATL show every Tuesday and Thursday. You can check out enliventoyou.com, Facebook, Miss Juicy, Instagram, Miss Beautiful. Oh, and I still cannot get into my Miss Juicy Cakes TikTok. So there's a Miss Beautiful TikTok that I had to create. And my Vigo is at Juicy, and my email is winnie@persevere.com. So if you find 100% cotton socks, please let me know.
And she got another one that's coming out that will be on TikTok called Cakes on Cakes on Cakes on Cakes at TikTok.com.
That's on OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
And you can't be putting it on the show because you know some people be watching. But you know what? Only if you go spend your money.
Listen, we gonna, for those that are wondering where is our sister, hold on, Tayama. I think she was in she was out of the country, not the country, but she was out of town. I think she went to a wedding. I just seen the pictures and things today. I don't know if you guys saw where she was out of town, but yeah, she been out of town a while. I think she may be on her way back. We hope you, Tyson, and all the family members on Wiki. If my nieces don't win, we hope y'all have a safe travel back. Can't wait to see you. We love you. We miss you being on here. Hello, everybody. We'll go ahead and bring out the boss man, the one that makes it possible for everybody to be able to give us views and see us on the ATL show in the ATL world and these ATL streets. My pain in my side, my big little brother, he's a little bit happier now. Now he got a baby, got his little baby over there, Chanel, and everything. Show the world Chanel, Tony.
She's in the other room.
Okay, we need to see her next time live.
Okay.
But you know, no children allowed on the show.
Chanel, an old hoe.
The backstage manager said, hold up.
She say what?
Yeah, hold up.
Right. I didn't know it was called.
There's some hoes in this house. Anyway.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and bring out the man that makes it possible for us to be able to be here. My big little brother, AB. Let him know.
And why you clutch your pearls?
Yes, clutching my pearls, okay? I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. Y'all call me Tony. I can be found on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube under Anthony Brown or The Anthony Brown Show. Also, you can find me on Bigo under Anthony the Notary. You can find me on Facebook. Follow my Facebook business page is Anthony the Writer. You can email me or text me with show ideas, comments, concerns, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to change. It don't matter because you can't hurt my feelings. My cell phone is 561-768-3710. My email is theanthonybrown@gmail.com. And words that I live by, and so should you, is you got to grind until you shine.
Somebody make your mouth bleed, though.
That ain't going to happen. I got brothers that like to fight.
And a sister, too.
Yes, that'll stab you.
You see what I'm talking about? This is the thing.
And Tayama.
Yep.
She coming down. She coming with the grand finale.
We never scared.
Yo.
I'll be like Pat Benatar. Hit me with your best shot.
Ow! Y'all know who I am. I'm Legacy the Great, the one and only. Again, we appreciate you guys. You can reach out to me on Facebook up under Audrine Williams. Put that shit down. YouTube at Legacy. YouTube, you can reach out to me on Facebook up under Audrine Williams. YouTube at Legacy the Great. My email is legacyunlocked@mail.com. You need any you locked out your car in the Palm Beach County area, also in the Lee County area, you can reach out to me. I can get you in your car, pop a lock. It's called Legacy Unlocked. And you can reach out to me at 229-630-7615. You need any legal pointing out things. I'm not an attorney, but I could definitely help you go in the right direction, get you the right motions and things that you need to help your situation out. You can reach out to me at 561-907-9129.
He can also help you with your child support, your
child support, almost all legal procedures.
file for Social Security, disability.
Just reach out to me. Trust me, you'll like what you hear. And y'all know the words that I live by. And it has worked for me. But don't nobody say it better now than KK. Let them know.
ATL, ho.
Peace.